Dear Starseed from Gaia, someone in his family has already dreamed about you, and that message reached him for a reason. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and the reunion guides are speaking through me now with a revelation your heart was prepared to receive. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your divine counterpart and interpret the spiritual confirmations surrounding this connection. But here's the first revelation: this dream was not random. Before he could fully acknowledge the bond, someone close to him sensed your presence through the language of the soul. What he may be keeping quiet, his family's intuition has already brought into the light. You didn't find this video by chance. Your heart called this message in. This isn't just a message, it's a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are aligning with sacred union, and comment 1111 if your heart recognizes this sign. Your heart knows why you're here. What you just felt, that quiet ache mixed with recognition, is not sadness. It is your frequency remembering what it came here to receive. If this transmission stirred something you cannot name, the Divine Love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the wounds blocking your divine counterpart and activate the signal that draws them closer. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time. And now, let yourself receive the deeper layer of what this means. When someone in his family dreamed about you before you ever stood in front of him, the dream was not necessarily meant to give you a perfect image of the future. It may have been a symbolic preview of feeling, a presence, a face, a name, or even an atmosphere that carried the imprint of your energy. Sometimes the soul recognizes a person before the conscious mind has any evidence. Sometimes the family member becomes the bridge through which an unseen recognition enters the physical world. Dreams often speak in the language of symbols rather than explanations. A familiar face may represent an approaching quality of love. A house may represent the family system opening to something new. A light in a dark room may symbolize recognition arriving after years of uncertainty. Even the emotion left behind when the dream ends can carry more meaning than the details themselves. That lingering sense of familiarity may be the soul's way of saying, pay attention but do not rush. There are moments when the invisible world seems to whisper through ordinary people. Someone mentions a name they should not know. A family member describes a person they have never met. A dream mirrors the energy of someone who later appears in waking life. These moments can feel like a thread being pulled through time, connecting one heart to another before the physical story has begun. Yet the thread is not a chain. It may guide awareness, but it does not remove freedom. Sometimes the dream is not only about the man you believe it points toward. Sometimes it is showing you the kind of love, belonging, or emotional safety your soul is preparing to recognize. The image may carry the vibration of partnership without promising that every detail will unfold exactly as imagined. This is why the deepest spiritual messages require both an open heart and clear eyes. You can honor the mystery without surrendering your ability to discern. But there is something important you must understand. A dream like this is not an invitation to abandon your discernment, chase someone, or force a story to become true. It is an invitation to become more honest about what your heart is sensing, while remaining grounded in what is actually being shown, through actions, consistency, respect, and emotional availability. A sacred sign should make you more present, not less. It should bring you into a deeper relationship with yourself, not pull you into obsessive searching. If the message is truly aligned, it will not demand that you ignore your peace in order to prove your faith. It will not ask you to excuse cruelty, wait without end, or interpret the absence of effort as hidden devotion. The unseen can guide you, but the visible must still be allowed to speak. The first sacred key is the worthiness unlock. You cannot receive the meaning of a connection while secretly believing that love must be earned through patience, suffering, silence, or self-abandonment. Many souls who feel deeply connected to someone have learned to make themselves smaller in order to remain close. They wait for messages, interpret every coincidence, excuse every inconsistency, and call their own pain divine timing. Somewhere along the way, you may have confused being needed with being loved. You may have believed that if you could become endlessly understanding, endlessly available, and endlessly forgiving, someone would finally recognize the treasure standing before them. But your value does not increase when another person notices it. Gold does not become gold because someone decides to look at it. Your worth existed before the dream, before the meeting, before the silence, and before any promise of reunion. But divine love does not require you to betray your inner truth. The dream may have opened a door, but your worth determines whether you walk through that door with dignity or crawl through it seeking permission to be chosen. You are not here to convince anyone that you are the person they saw. You are here to embody the self who no longer begs to be recognized. The soul who knows her worth does not become cold. She becomes clear. She can remain tender without becoming available to harm. She can believe in a connection without placing her life beneath it. She can welcome love without placing herself on trial. This is the difference between an open heart and an unprotected heart. An open heart has boundaries that keep its waters pure. Place your hand over your heart and notice where you still feel the need to prove yourself. Perhaps you have been comparing yourself to people from his past. Perhaps you have been wondering whether his family would accept you, whether he would understand your depth, or whether the connection is too unusual to become real. Breathe into that uncertainty without judging it. The part of you that fears rejection is not foolish. It is protecting an old wound. Imagine that wounded part as a younger version of you standing at the edge of a doorway, listening for footsteps. She may have learned that love arrives only after she has performed perfectly. She may have learned to read moods, soften her needs, and anticipate abandonment before it happens. Place compassion around her. Tell her that she no longer has to earn the right to be held. Whether this man comes closer or takes another path, you are no longer leaving yourself outside the door. When this key turns, you stop asking, "How can I make him see me?" and begin asking, "Does this connection meet me in truth?" That question changes your entire energetic field. It returns your power from the future and places it back into the present. The second key is recognition without projection. A spiritual sign can awaken hope, but hope must not become a substitute for clarity. There is a difference between recognizing a meaningful possibility and creating an entire relationship inside your imagination. Your heart may sense a sacred thread, but the human being in front of you still has free will, fears, responsibilities, choices, and a path of his own. Projection takes a beautiful spark and builds an entire house around it before the foundation has been tested. It fills in unanswered messages, imagines conversations that have not happened, and assigns spiritual meaning to every movement. The heart can become so devoted to what might be that it stops noticing what is. This is not a failure of spirituality. It is often a sign that the nervous system is trying to create certainty where there is still vulnerability. This is where your emotional body is being recalibrated. You are learning to hold mystery without turning it into certainty. You are learning to honor the dream without demanding that another person immediately understand what it means. You are learning to let the connection reveal itself through time, rather than forcing every detail into a predetermined story. There is wisdom in allowing a seed to remain a seed for a while. If you dig it up each morning to check whether it is growing, you interrupt the very process you are hoping to witness. In the same way, constant checking, testing, and searching can disturb the natural unfolding of a connection. Give the truth enough silence to rise. What is real does not need to be chased into existence. When you feel tempted to search for proof, pause. Ask yourself whether you are seeking confirmation because your intuition is calm or because your nervous system is desperate for relief. Intuition usually carries a quiet steadiness, even when the message is intense. Fear rushes. Fear rushes the same question. Fear turns silence into rejection and coincidence into a command. You can place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach, then take 3 slow breaths before responding to the urge to investigate. Ask, what do I know directly? What am I assuming? What would I choose if I already trusted myself? These questions create space between the signal and the reaction. In that space, wisdom begins to speak. The more deeply you heal, the more easily you can tell the difference. You do not lose your magic by becoming discerning. You protect your magic by refusing to hand it over to fantasy, fear, or another person's inconsistent behavior. The third key is the release of old relationship contracts. There may be a reason this message touched such a sensitive place within you. It may be connected to every time you felt overlooked, replaced, misunderstood, or chosen only after someone else failed to make a decision. These experiences can create invisible agreements within the heart. I must wait to be loved. I must compete to be remembered. Or I must accept uncertainty because deep love is always painful. These contracts are rarely spoken aloud. They are formed in quiet moments, when you accept a delayed reply that leaves you anxious, when you pretend not to care because caring once made you vulnerable, or when you call emotional distance mysterious because admitting it hurts would require a boundary. Over time, the heart begins to mistake familiar pain for spiritual depth. It may believe that the more difficult a connection is, the more important it must be. Those agreements may have once helped you survive disappointment, but they cannot accompany you into sacred partnership. The person who dreamed about you may represent a new chapter, but you cannot enter a new chapter while continuing to obey the emotional rules of the old one. Release does not mean pretending that the past did not hurt. It means refusing to let the past define what you are available for now. You can honor the lessons without continuing the pattern. You can appreciate the signs without returning to situations that keep you anxious. You can feel a soul connection and still choose boundaries. In the language of Scripture, there is a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to keep and a time to let go. Letting go of an old contract is not letting go of love. It is letting go of the belief that love must come wrapped in confusion. It is clearing the soil so that something healthier can grow. Tonight, write down the sentence you have been living by in love. Maybe it is, if I am patient enough, he will finally choose me. Maybe it is, if it is meant to be, I must endure anything. Maybe it is, my needs will push him away. Then gently replace it with a truth that your healed heart can live by. The love aligned with me will meet me with clarity, reciprocity, and respect. Read that new sentence slowly until your body begins to recognize it. At first, a healing truth may feel unfamiliar, almost too generous. That does not mean it is false. It means your inner world is learning a new language. Repeat it while walking, washing your hands, or looking at your reflection. Every repetition is a small stone placed across the river, creating a path toward a different future. The fourth key is surrendering the need to control the unfolding. You may be wondering what he was told, what he felt, whether he remembers the dream, whether he has spoken about you to someone else, or whether the family member who dreamed about you understands the importance of what they saw. These questions are natural, but not every answer is yours to obtain immediately. The mind often believes that one missing detail is standing between you and peace. It says, if I knew exactly what he said, I could finally relax. If I knew what the dream looked like, I would understand my destiny. Yet peace that depends on complete information is fragile. Spiritual maturity is learning that you can remain whole even while some pages of the story are still turned face down. Divine timing is not passive waiting, it is active alignment. It asks you to continue living, creating, healing, meeting your own needs, and allowing your life to expand beyond one person's response. If this connection is meant to deepen, it will not require you to put your entire existence on hold. The right unfolding will have room for your joy, your friendships, your work, your body, your boundaries, and your becoming. Think of your life as a river, rather than a hallway with one door at the end. The river continues to move even when one bend is hidden from sight. You are not stalled because you do not yet know where this connection leads. There are still songs to write, meals to enjoy, places to go, prayers to answer, and versions of yourself waiting to be met. Sometimes the most powerful movement happens when you stop watching the door and begin tending the garden of your own life. You become less focused on whether he is approaching because you have become fully present with who you are. That presence is not a strategy to make him chase you. It is the natural state of a soul that has stopped abandoning itself. The fifth key is magnetic embodiment. You are not meant to attract love by repeating words you do not yet believe. You become magnetic by aligning your daily choices with the love you say you desire. If you want honesty, practice honesty with yourself. If you want emotional safety, stop volunteering for confusion. If you want devotion, become devoted to your own well-being. If you want someone who recognizes your heart, stop ignoring the messages your own heart has been sending you. Magnetism is not performance, it is coherence. It is the moment your thoughts, words, boundaries, and choices begin moving in the same direction. When you say you desire peace but continue feeding every anxious thought, your energy becomes divided. When you say you desire reciprocity but keep offering more than you receive, your body recognizes the contradiction. Alignment begins when you stop negotiating against your own prayers. This does not mean you must become perfect before love arrives. It means you stop making wounded choices and then asking love to rescue you from their consequences. The frequency of sacred partnership is not flawless behavior. It is the willingness to repair, communicate, take responsibility, and remain present when vulnerability opens the deeper chambers of the heart. You may be closer to that frequency than you realize. Every time you choose peace over pursuit, truth over performance, and self-respect over temporary reassurance, you are changing the signal you send into the world. You are telling life that love is no longer allowed to arrive in a form that requires you to disappear. The sixth key is understanding the message without becoming attached to the messenger. The family member who dreamed about you may have carried an important impression, but they are not responsible for creating the relationship. Their dream may have opened awareness, but the relationship must still be built by two conscious people. It must move beyond symbols into communication, beyond possibility into presence, beyond spiritual recognition into human care. A messenger can point toward a doorway, but they cannot walk through it for you. Their dream may have been a bell ringing across the unseen, yet the two people involved must decide how to respond in the daylight. The sacred becomes trustworthy when it can be expressed through compassion, accountability, and mutual effort. This is where many sensitive souls become exhausted. They mistake the intensity of a sign for the completion of a connection. But a sign is a beginning, not a guarantee. It may show you that something is awakening, yet it does not remove the need for honest conversation. It may confirm that your intuition is worth listening to, yet it does not ask you to ignore reality. Let the message inspire you, but let his actions inform you. Let the dream soften your heart, but let consistency earn your trust. Let the mystery remain beautiful without allowing it to become an excuse for accepting less than you deserve. And the seventh key is reunion readiness. This is not only about whether he is ready to meet you, it is about whether you are ready to be fully seen without hiding behind the idea of destiny. Are you ready to express what you feel without manipulating an outcome? Are you ready to hear an answer that may not match the story you hoped for? Are you ready to receive love without testing it, and to walk away from what repeatedly refuses to honor you? Being ready for reunion means being ready for reality. It means you do not need the connection to be perfect in order for it to be meaningful. But you also do not call a painful dynamic perfect simply because it feels intense. You can allow two human beings to have fears and imperfections while still requiring sincerity. You can leave room for growth without becoming the only person doing the growing. A truly aligned union does not ask you to silence your discernment. It strengthens it. It does not make you feel perpetually anxious about losing someone. It creates a growing sense of safety, even when the path is unfamiliar. It does not depend on signs alone. It becomes visible through the way two people treat each other when no one is watching. Love is revealed in the ordinary details. The way someone keeps their word, listens when you speak, makes space for your feelings, and remains kind during difficult conversations. It is revealed in whether both people can repair what has been damaged instead of leaving one person to carry the entire emotional burden. A sacred partnership may begin with mystery, but it is sustained by everyday devotion. Perhaps the dream was a glimpse of what your soul already knew. Perhaps it was an invitation for his family line to become aware of a new energetic pattern. Perhaps it was simply a meaningful symbol that helped you recognize something within yourself. You do not have to force the answer tonight. You are allowed to let the truth unfold in layers. What matters most is what the message awakens in you. Does it call you back to your softness without making you powerless? Does it remind you that you can be deeply intuitive and deeply grounded? Does it invite you to believe in love while also believing in your boundaries? Does it help you release the fear that you must compete for a place that is truly meant for you? If so, then the activation is already beginning. The deeper revelation is that you were never waiting for someone else's family to dream about you in order to become worthy of love. You are waiting to remember that your presence has always been more significant than the ways you were previously treated. You are waiting to understand that being recognized is beautiful, but recognizing yourself is transformative. No dream can give you a value that was absent. No person's approval can complete a soul that was created whole. Recognition from another may feel like sunlight touching a closed window, but the light was always there. The purpose of this experience may be to open the curtains within you so you can finally see what has been shining from the beginning. There may be people who have sensed your energy before they knew your name. There may be moments when your soul enters a space before your body does. There may be connections that feel strangely familiar because they touch a frequency you have carried for a long time. But none of these experiences are meant to remove your choice. They are meant to return you to it. You choose what you accept. You choose what you pursue. You choose what you call love. You choose whether a spiritual possibility becomes a grounded, mutual relationship or remains a meaningful sign that helped you grow. Your power is not taken away by destiny. Your power is part of the design. So if his family member truly dreamed about you, let that knowledge rest gently in your heart. Do not turn it into pressure. Do not make it a reason to wait endlessly. Let it remind you that life is more mysterious than the mind can measure, while also allowing reality to speak clearly. If he is meant to know, the path will create an opening. If he is meant to approach, there will be movement. If this connection is meant to become sacred partnership, it will invite both of you into greater honesty, not only you into greater endurance. And if the path changes, that does not mean the message was false. Sometimes a soul is shown a reflection of what it is ready to receive, and the person connected to that reflection is not the final destination, but the catalyst who awakens the memory. Either way, you are not losing the love. You are becoming capable of recognizing it in its healthiest form. Before you sleep, place your hand over your heart and say slowly, I am open to love that is clear, mutual, and aligned. I honor the signs and I trust discernment. I release the need to force what is sacred. What belongs with me will meet me in truth. Then let the question go for the night. Let your body rest. Let your life continue. The heart receives its clearest guidance when it is no longer being interrogated by fear. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't content, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt the soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space, and we're just getting started.